All right, we are live. We'll wait a little bit for people to come in, but we are back for another episode of Have a Little Talk. Holiday edition, apparently. Yeah. And then wanted to be festive. Nothing wrong with that. All right.
I wore for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ain't this your favorite holiday?
It is. It is.
Okay.
Okay. Well, amen. All right. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started because we have time, but then again we don't. But anyway, this week, as you all know, we are talking about red flags, and I got another bright idea to do something creative while we talk. So today we're actually designing our own red flags. So that's what we're working on right now. That's what's in front of us, and my notes are to my left. So if you see me like looking elsewhere, that's why. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. And we'll just go ahead and jump right in. So this week's talk is gonna be a good one. I say that every week, and I mean it every time. And this week is no different. It's no exception. We are talking about red flags again. So y'all know I love a definition. So, and I didn't think I was gonna find a definition on red flags, but I did. According to Oxford Languages, a red flag is used as a warning sign of danger, which makes sense. You know, it makes sense. To me, like in my own words, a red flag is an action or behavior someone displays that raises concern. That's what it is in my own words. Hey, Rose. So, what would you describe as a red flag?
How would I describe a red flag?
Yeah, like in your own words, if you could.
Yeah, in my own words.
Yeah.
Again, a signal. It's a signal expressing distress, expressing danger, expressing caution, expressing watch out, pretty much. Yeah, I would agree. Is like red flags aren't always deal breakers, but it's definitely it's something to look out for. So that's good.
What
you just said?
Oh, something to look out for.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a deal breaker. I was thinking that it's not nothing I would totally dismiss from a person, but it is a distinction, a mark. It's a marker.
For sure.
Oops.
What?
Okay. That like.
Oh, that's the reaction.
Your reaction goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. It kind of like brings your attention to a certain thing. Yeah. It brings your attention to a certain thing, and you're like, oh, okay. But someone could very well just be having a moment, like, you know, you was thinking that. Yeah, like, and that's why I said what I said. Like, it's something to pay attention to, but it's not necessarily a deal breaker. They could be having a bad day or a bad moment. That could
definitely.
It's not. That doesn't mean that that's who they are or that's who that person is. That's what I was thinking as you were talking just now. So earlier this week or last week, yes, last week I asked my audience. I asked what were red flags to them. So the people who did respond, I recorded their answers and I also added my own. And before we get into it, red flags they're not pet peeves or what people call icks, like things that you don't like. Like a red flag it could very well be something you don't like, but like we just said, like red flags are warning signs. So, it's a red flag is not a pet peeve. Those are two different things. So, my friend Lee, and the people who gave like a lot, they kind of put them in different categories, and I put mine in different categories as well. And I actually had to, I'm gonna put my hair back because I keep flipping it, but I actually had to edit my own list because some of the things on my list were my pet peeves. They weren't exactly red flags. So, and they are different. So my friend Lee, she said, in romantic relationships, some red flags to her are, one, being obsessed with their ex. That's a big one. Oh, yes. That's on the list, Rose.
All right, Rose.
Yeah.
Come through with this list.
So, being obsessed with their ex. Have I seen that before? Have you seen that before, like in your past relationships?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have.
I'm sure I've seen it. I just can't recall an actual time. But another one in romantic relationships is being disrespectful towards their mother for no reason. That's a big one. If you get to that point where you meet their parents, and you definitely pay attention to how they interact with their parents, or like how they talk about them and things like that. That's a big one. Yeah. That's definitely a big one. And she said in friendship, hating on other women for no reason. Yeah, that's tacky. Like that's real tacky behavior. So yeah, before we move on, do you have any like opinions or anything to add to
that list?
To what's been said so far?
I actually been in a relationship where the person was, I dealt with someone who had children, multiple times. Not multiple times. There's only been twice that I've interacted with someone who had children. And the last time they were like everything had to involve their child's father, the youngest one. I don't need permission from nobody to do things for your kid. I don't need permission from you. I mean, somewhat permission from you because you're the mother, but like the dad, he ain't in the picture. So I don't need.
So yeah.
And you know, you're always, he used to do this and he used to do that. Well,
what's he doing now?
We're here now. You're here now.
Exactly. Like,
I don't need I don't need that.
Right.
We're here now. So let's get out of those things.
Yeah.
So
that's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Come to find out, things went a little left with her home situation, and then she ended up moving in with this young man for a little while, and I'm like, oh
no.
I mean, this is post us, but at the same time,
okay.
It's like, see,
red flag. Red flag. My God.
Wave the banner, shall we?
Okay.
So I'm like, why? I mean, if this person was so this, so that, so this, in a negative way at one point, what's... So yeah, that, as you can see, that ended.
Yeah.
But then yeah, like, and not just a person's mother, because a person's father is valid, and if you're disrespectful to my parents, period, we have a that's, I won't say sticky situation, but that's a problem.
Oh, for sure, definitely a problem.
you will never hear me bad mouthing my parent. I mean, I might disagree with some of their. I might disagree with them at some point in life on, things that I acquire or want, but I won't ever disrespect them.
Right.
And so if I'm not disrespecting my parent, you sure enough better not disrespect my parent.
Right.
Because that's a different relationship. And just because you do that to your parents, don't mean you're going to do it to mine.
Right. It's not always going to fly.
It's not going to fly. And it is not always, it's not ever.
It's not going to fly. Yeah. So, my friend Amanda also weighed in.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Oh, I see. Hey, Mom. So, my friend Amanda also weighed in, and she and Lee, they're two of my classmates as well. They're my friends and classmates. So she, as far as romantic relationships or friendships, she said not listening to boundaries, which is exactly what we talked about last week. What? Were you here? No, you weren't here last week. But that's what we talked about last week, was boundaries. And that's in any kind of relationship. When you set those boundaries and somebody disrespects them, then that's a red flag for sure. Excuse me. She also said being overly friendly or touchy with children. That's yeah. Call the police. Yeah. Treating animals bad. What?
Overly friendly? I mean,
well, you like flirty. That's what she was saying. Like,
oh, like flirting with a child.
Yeah, like be like in an inappropriate way. Yeah, like be. I know you're a teacher and you're friendly with kids. Of course, like yes, be friendly, be nice to kids, but don't be out here acting like R. Kelly. Like,
I get that.
There's a limit. She also said treating animals bad, which is one that I agree with. I'm an animal lover, so that's definitely a red flag. Because there are some animals that can harm you, but like some are harmless. And if you come in contact with them, like there's a lot of times they're more afraid of you than you are of them. It's very true. Especially like those like in the wild, like maybe a feral cat, something like that. She also said being disrespectful or prejudiced against anyone. That's definitely a red flag, and it's definitely a character flaw in other people, because there's legitimately no reason as to why there's no reason to be prejudiced against anyone or to be disrespectful. Like there's no reason. So then the next person to weigh in was my auntie, Dr. Leslie Gibson. She said, as far as relationships, being inconsistent, that's definitely a big thing. I would say in every aspect, but especially in communication, especially if the relationship is new. I'm not saying like we need to text every single day, but there needs to be some kind of consistency. If both parties are truly interested, I feel as though there should be some form of consistency. It doesn't have to be every hour on the hour, every single day. We're going to sleep and waking up on the phone, like stuff like that. Like, you don't have to be all that, but I feel like there should be some kind of consistency. And also in your actions. Like, I feel like when entering into a relationship, you should just, even though it can be like nerve-wracking and it can, you're not sure if they're gonna like you or like the real you or something like that. I feel it's best to go in being yourself, your authentic self, because from the jump, you can tell if this person is for you or not. You know, if you go in being yourself and then they're like standoffish or they don't receive you or accept it, okay, then that's not the person for you and you can move on. You don't have to waste your time. So yeah, and I'm also a firm believer of the way that you got them is the way that you're gonna have to keep them. So, you know, if from the jump, like if in the beginning you're going all out, you know, whining and dining, you know, going the extra mile, all that stuff, that's what that person's gonna expect. So you're gonna you're gonna have to keep that up if you're gonna want to keep, because that's where you set the bar. Basically, that's where you set the bar for yourself. So I'm not saying I'm not saying set the bar super low or like do the bare minimum, but like of course make some kind of effort, but within your means or realistically, I'll say, because the way that you get them is the way that you're ultimately gonna have to keep them. So, what do you think?
There's no disagreements.
Okay.
Cool. No disagreements.
Okay.
Consistency is definitely big. Definitely big. You know, no one said this one, but too much time on the medias.
Oof.
And I don't hate me, but I definitely, you know, there are definitely some great content creators out there who, you know, that is their employment somewhat. And if it's bringing in the bag, by all means, but when it becomes a hindrance to us,
yeah, when it starts getting in the way,
red flag.
Good evening, Dad. We love you. Thank you for tuning in.
That's red flag.
For sure. For sure.
Because, you know, and by us I mean like not necessarily our time, but other people coming in the mix because of the medias.
Yeah. Or like, because, you know, they like to collaborate and things like that, and that's fine.
That's fine.
But hey, Vaughn, thanks for tuning in. But yeah, like collaborating is fine, but like I feel like with content creators, some of them do a little bit too much.
Of course.
Like I couldn't do it. Like me personally, I couldn't do it. Like,
and again, I praise the name of the Yahweh.
I couldn't do it because like being a content creator is like you're letting the public into your everyday life, and I can't do that. I am a very private person. I live a very private life. My life is nobody's business, and I'm not letting everybody into my everyday life. Like, I'll be a brand ambassador, sure, I can do that, but content creator, and then you like you said, it becomes your employment. Like, you have to create content just about every day, like, or you gotta spend a whole day making content so that you can put it out over time, and that's a lot. It's a lot. I thought about going down that route, but I was just like, yeah, no. I was still working full time, so I can't. That would be spreading myself too thin. But but back to Auntie's list. She also said, talking about sex too early in the relationship.
My God, Jesus.
Yeah. She said, like, sexual jokes and innuendos. That's definitely a red flag, because why? Like, when you're first meeting somebody, why is sex the first thing on your mind? You're nasty. Why are you making that face? Oh, that's right. Vaughn is a content creator. He does like video games.
Oh, well, praise him.
And like, I mean,
send a coin. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, we definitely wish you all the best in your journey. Like, definitely.
Kudos to you.
Yeah,
it's,
for sure.
It's not necessarily your kind of content, because your kind of content is definitely making noise. But it's these kind of comedian.
Yeah, like the ones who like gotta record the food at the restaurant before everybody eats it. Ho, I'm hungry. Put your phone away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, I hate that. Or like, why we gotta do a TikTok dance everywhere we go? I'm trying to shop. Like, we're in the middle of Target. I enjoy watching other people do it. Like, sure, other people, yeah, sure. But if you're with me, like, I don't know. We gotta talk about it beforehand. Especially with me being an introvert. Like, we gotta plan it out.
So we can't leave here now and go to Target and I just start.
Like I said, we gotta plan it out. Like, we would have to find a song. We gotta learn the dance. Like, it's a process. I'm not saying we can't do it, but yeah, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying we gotta plan it out. I can teach you a TikTok dance. I know a feel.
Yeah, y'all heard this, right?
We're not becoming content creators.
No, I'm not saying that.
We might make a little TikTok or something.
I'm not saying we're gonna be content creators, but what I am saying is y'all hear this.
And y'all heard what I said too. We have to plan it out. So, yeah. But yeah, talking about sex too early in a relationship, that's definitely a red flag. Because if that's like one of the first things out of your mouth, then obviously that's what's on your mind. And it's gonna come off as that's your intention. And if it is, I mean, at least you made that known. But like, that's not what everybody's looking for. You know, like maybe if y'all met on Tinder or something, because that's what that's for. But you know, like my auntie, she's older than we are. Like she's a fully grown woman. So
a grown A woman.
Huh?
A grown A woman.
Yeah, basically, she is in every sense of the word. Like, she's a grown woman. So like,
she's not looking for a little boy.
You know, and she's not about the games. Like, I think it's pretty safe to say. Like, I would speak for her real quick. But like, she's not about the games. So, you know, yeah. Just to give you guys a gauge of like where she's coming from. And I also said that because of her next point. So another red flag for her is people in her age group having children under 5 years old. So like, honestly, I don't know how old Auntie is, but again, she's a grown woman who has a grown child of her own. Actually, I think her daughter just turned 18, right?
I believe so. Just turned 18.
Yeah, she just turned 18 this year. So, you know, I mean, it could kind of be a red flag because like you're a little busy out here. Like, you know. But another one, she said, unclear boundaries with exes. That's a big one. That's a very big one. I don't know if I want to share this story. Do you remember that time your ex reached out to you on Instagram and I flipped out?
Child.
It was.
Oh my God.
It was almost over. It was almost over. Like it was.
Mind you, my boundaries were clear. Oh, so clear. Oh, so clear.
Let me tell y'all what happened. So what happened was we were about to leave out the house. I was taking him to work. And he asked me to hand him his phone. I'm like, all right, cool. So I picked it up, and you know the screen comes on when you pick it up, and I see some Instagram message from his ex saying LOL, and I was like, what is that? And we were still, this is in the early part of our relationship, so you know, I was still working through some things personally, and
engaged. We were engaged.
We were engaged. Yes. We were engaged, and this is the one ex I don't like. Like, she's weird, but anyway, no, she is. She's a weirdo. And who's gonna check me? Anyway, so it would be the very one that I don't like. So yeah, like I said, I flipped out. I was like, why is she? Because in my mind, they were having a conversation, and I don't know what he said that was so funny, but I was gonna break that up. Like, I flipped out. Like, I asked him for his phone. I was gonna go through his phone, everything. Like, I asked to see his phone. He said no. I really lost it then, because I was like, what do you not want me to see? What are you hiding? Why are you talking to her? What's so funny? Why is she laughing? I want to laugh too. Like, it was all of that. It was all the attitude, everything. It was bad.
I mean,
it was bad.
It's kind of like him now.
He was, but no, I wasn't at all in any way. No, I wasn't, because again, it was that one, like, it just had to be the one that I don't like. But I shared that story to say, like he said, his boundaries with them were clear. Obviously, she wanted smoke, and she was gonna get it. She was gonna get it that day. But it's good to have clear boundaries with your exes. What, my mom said something. I missed it. What'd she say?
She said the ex does not need to know your business and should not be trying to know. Absolutely. You took the words out of my mouth. Like, exes are just that. They're exes. They are to be left in the past. Like, there's no reason, especially like if y'all don't have no kind of ties, like y'all don't own nothing together, y'all don't have no kids, like, then they're irrelevant. Sorry, I'm fixing the lamp. But they're irrelevant. Point blank, period. Oof. Mm-hmm. What? I was trying to think if I get along with any of my exes. I only get along with like 2. But even then, like, I don't even talk to them. For obvious reasons. Like, I mean, not that I'm about to like ride off in the sunset with one of them. That ain't about to happen. It's not about to happen. It's not. It's not. That's not about to happen. Oh, what's up,
cousin? But yeah, like, you definitely want to have clear boundaries with your exes. Another story, since I've, put him on Front Street, I'm putting me on Front Street.
Oh, please.
So, do you remember when my ex reached out to me trying to apologize?
Vaguely.
Okay. Vaguely. So what had happened was, and this was actually like, I think this was like a year ago, maybe? I don't know. But this was my ex-husband. Someone who I haven't been with in over 10 years reached out to me apologizing again for how he treated me in the past. This was back when I was like 21. I'm 30 now. Like, do the math. I am past you. You are a non-factor. Like, I'm still healing from some of the things he did, but like, I'm at the point where I don't need his freaking apology. And then on top of that, it wasn't even sincere. Like, it wasn't. Like, I still got the receipts. So if he or any of his homies wanna, dispute that, receipts never lie. But anyway, he called himself trying to apologize. I blocked him. Cause I was like, I basically told him, like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't need your apology. Like, and him reaching out causes me to like relive the way he treated me and what he did to me, and like I'm trying to get past it. I'm not trying to go back to that place, and I don't need his stank apology. I almost cussed. I don't need his apology. Like, for what? But anyway, yeah, unclear boundaries with your ex is definitely a red flag. They just, like, point blank period, like, they shouldn't be in the picture. That's just it. They should not be in the picture for any reason, especially if you're in a new relationship. Oh, go ahead.
Question.
Yes.
So do you think it's possible that two people who were in a relationship can be platonic friends after?
For what?
Not to say that the relationship ended on bad terms, but if two people realize that the connection isn't a one towards other, most people get in relationships for marriage.
Yeah.
So if we realize that we're not marriage material together, but we are good and we can coexist.
Oh, like they're
apart.
Like they're better off as friends.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, if that's a mutual decision between the two parties, sure. Yeah. It's just like I'm thinking from my perspective, so that's why I was like, for what? Cause like a lot of my exes are unsavory gentlemen. They're not all, you know what?
Just one.
Okay. Listen. Not all of them. Now you gonna make it seem like I used to date gay men. I did not date gay men.
Just one.
Oh my god. He was not gay.
Not when he was with you.
Oh god.
Allegedly, not when he was with you.
As far as when he was with me, it was just me. Casey, please don't.
I'm just saying. Sugar Jack. I gotta use that.
I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of both of y'all. I'm sick of both of y'all. And not you writing it on your drop. I can't. I did not date gay man. Okay, now I feel like I gotta explain. So one of my exes opened up to me and was telling me about his past experiences. And one of his past experiences was with another man. This was before me. Before.
So there was two.
What?
Because one ghosted you and said the reason why was because they didn't want you to. They didn't want to let you know that they were a little.
Are we talking about the same person?
We might be, but I know
we might be talking about the same.
I know for a fact you said that this person ghosted you and you were very upset, and then a couple of months later they reached out.
Yes, we are talking about the same person. Yes. Okay. So I guess I guess I dated a guy who was on DL. I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know, and he's not in the picture anymore. So, and that's what matters. So
Right, blah.
There. What were we talking about?
I had my question. And,
yes, your question. Yeah, I mean, like, if I don't see nothing wrong with being, like, I don't really see anything wrong with being friends with your exes, as long as the ex doesn't have ulterior motives. Like, if it's a mutual decision between the two parties, like, we are just going to be friends moving forward, okay, fine. fine. But if you're in a new relationship, make sure your partner knows. Like, make sure that your new significant other knows about that, because you don't want anything misconstrued. You don't want anything misinterpreted or taken out of context, nothing like that. And yeah. So moving on, we're still on our Auntie Leslie's list. Overtelling of details from another relationship. I can see that. Like, I mean, knowing about your partner's past relationships, you want to know that, because it kind of gives you a gauge of like how they handle relationships, or like, kind of gives you an idea of how they're going to be in your relationship, when they're with you. But I feel like if it's like if y'all deep into the relationship, like, it would be like me still bringing up my exes now. We've been together for like 5 years now. Like, they're not relevant. Like, you don't like to? I mean, that's fair.
That's very fair.
That's fair. And I feel like that should be that should be part of the initial conversations. Like, when you're still dating or courting, like in the beginning stages. Like, if you'd rather not know, definitely make that known, so that they don't bring it up at all. Because some people bring it up too much, like Auntie said, or, I think the opposite could possibly be a red flag as well.
You're not telling anything about a past relationship, because that, what you set me up for.
Yeah, like, we need to know what we're getting into here. Like, and I feel like a few details from the past can be helpful with, letting the other party know what they're getting into.
So then there's that oversharing.
Yeah, oversharing. Okay. Like,
woman of God, praise him.
Hey, Mom. And the last thing on Auntie's list is any kind of competition, and that's in friendship. And as a woman, that's a big red flag, because women can be very catty. There's no need. Excuse me, sorry. I'm drinking a Red Bull and it's got me burping. But there's no need for any of us to compete. Like, whether you're a man or a woman. But I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. There's no need for any of us to compete. This world is big enough for all of us. And we can all be we can all fully be ourselves and take up space. We can all take up space as women and women of color.
And share space.
Yes. And we can share space. We don't have to dim anyone else's light in order for ours to shine any brighter. There's no need. Do you have any thoughts?
Oh no. I mean, like, if we're going to compete, like, let it be worth something.
I mean, I guess.
Almost. And NIGGA is not is not.
Oh no, never.
A job or a position. They come a dime a dozen.
Absolutely.
So, but if, like, we're racing, sure.
Yeah, or if we're playing a game or something, then let's compete.
It's got to be worth something.
Yeah, but not in life.
Yeah.
Like, just stay in
Bro, the bishop is on, the overseer.
His grace. But
we can all be peaceable.
Absolutely.
And fellas, no female. Oh, I'm doing great. No female is, please.
Nah. And I feel like, honestly, if it's gotten to the point where you're about to fight over somebody, like, let the other person have them. Because why do they have you in that position anyway?
Or both of you let that person be by themselves.
I mean, because why do they have y'all in that position anyway? Like, is that bothering you?
It's not bothering me. I just wanted to give the story.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But it reminds me of a story that Gabrielle Union told one time. Like, she used to be a bit of a mean girl. And there was this one time where she was at a party and some other girl walked in, and Gabrielle's first response was to say something negative about her. And so, like, one of her friends or was like her life coach or somebody called her out on it and was like, did you gain anything from that? Like, did your house get any bigger? Do you have any more money in your bank account? Because you said that about her, about this other woman? And, like, it put her in check, and it changed her perspective. Because a lot of times, like, and in the past, I've had to check myself as well. Like, why is that the first response? Like, now, there are some people who, like, they're just laughable. Like, the things that they do, or maybe the way that they look is laughable, yeah. But if it's just a normal person, like, I'm just walking in the room. Why are you eyeing me? Like, why are you staring at me? Do you want to get popped in your mouth? Because I'll do it. Like, I'm just saying. Why is that the initial reaction? Like, why is that the first thing you're doing? Like, when I walk into a room, like, you know, like, if you're intimidated by me, okay, then go sit down somewhere. Or if you want to say something to me, then say something. You know, I do have a little bit of RBF, but I mean, I'm somewhat approachable. Somewhat. I'm somewhat approachable.
Well, that face is.
Yeah.
It's resting.
I'm not trying to change it.
In the middle of grass.
Okay. Right beside the quiet streams. Okay, and I'm not trying to change it. But yeah, competition in friendship is just it will ultimately, if it goes unchecked, it will ultimately ruin that friendship and that bond.
Yeah,
because they're always like,
and again, if we're competing, let it be over something worthwhile.
Yeah,
people are not worthwhile. Ladies and gentlemen.
No. I would fight for him. Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you disrespect him, or you listen,
Jesus Christ,
there will be no words spoken. Okay, I'm gonna jump first, and then maybe we can talk about it later. Maybe. And actually, I'm not gonna want to talk about it later, because you know what you did. Don't play with him. Don't play with him, because if you play with him, you play with me. But yeah, he don't need help. He don't need no help. No, he don't need no help. But no, he don't need help. Jesus is his help. I don't need help either. I'm in therapy. I'm getting my help. I'm getting my help. I'm in therapy, okay? Therapy and Jesus. Jesus is my help. Call me Hezekiah Walker. Jesus is my help, okay? The next point of a red flag comes from my actual aunt, Marquis. And also Rose said it earlier, like early in the episode, which is narcissism. Or signs of narcissism. That in itself, it's banging a little hard on the table. That in itself is probably going to be a whole episode in itself. Narcissism. Because, like, my aunt and I, we know all about that. And I'm not going to get into it, but we've seen narcissism.
Hey! Hey!
I miss you so much.
We miss you.
Yes, we miss you. And
yes,
hat. This hat he wore.
It's the holidays.
Yeah, he said he wore it for me because Christmas is my favorite holiday. So I appreciate it.
Jingle bells.
Yeah.
I'm mad I can't find that one though.
The one with the bell on it? You did have one with the bell on it.
I had it with jingle bells on it.
The one that
I miss it.
The one with cheetah print. That's at my parents' house, I think. That was mine. But anyway, narcissism. Any forms of narcissism that's a red flag. It's definitely a red flag. And my friend Amanda saw it. My classmate. We graduated together. She's awesome. But yeah, any form of narcissism is definitely a red flag. And honestly, I don't. That's not something that you really want to mull over too much before making the decision as to whether you want to deal with that or not. Because narcissists don't change. They don't. Because narcissists in their to them, it's.
Is the thing on?
Yeah, it's on. I thought my phone was charging this whole time. That's wild. But okay. I have to find a different outlet real quick. But yeah, when it comes to narcissists, it's all about them. Like they're in their own head. Like it's almost impossible for a narcissist to change their ways or change their, to change their attitude or anything like that.
This one over here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can it? Yeah. Will it reach?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, y'all. We having technical difficulties. I thought my phone was charging this whole time, and it's not. 1 second, guys.
Oh, no one take that now.
I mean, do you still need that light?
I mean,
cause I'm done.
Oh, that. Hold on. All right, so we're gonna take this one out.
Okay.
Hold on, everybody.
Sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties. Excuse me. I definitely thought my phone was charging this whole time. Let me see. All right. So, we'll just go ahead and keep going down the list. So, my best friend Joe, he added one, a red flag, which he said being rude to customer service people. That's definitely a big red flag. You were going to say something. Go ahead.
Don't be rude to me.
I mean,
I get it. I get it. I get it. But don't be rude to me.
Yeah. I mean, touche. I mean, you definitely gotta. Definitely give respect. Like, if you work in customer service, definitely give respect. But like, as someone who was in the customer service industry, like, we deal with a whole lot. So the last thing we need is somebody's piss poor attitude, or somebody's verbal abuse, or somebody's, like that's the last thing we need, especially during this time of year, the holiday season. Like,
hey,
cut it.
Oh, welcome
to everyone who is logging on. But yeah, being rude to customer service people, that's a really big thing. And especially like servers, like waiters, waitresses, like the way that you treat them, like they deal with a lot.
They do. And
they don't get paid much at all. So it's like, give them a break. Please give them a break.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, 'tis the season. Absolutely. Give respect to get respect.
Praise the Lord.
Absolutely. And I see where you're coming from as well, because some people in customer service are nasty. From the time you walk in, they're nasty. And it's like, whoa, I didn't piss in your cereal and call it milk.
I did not do that, and I did not tell you to take this job.
That too.
You signed your name on the contract, the dotted line, and you knew how much you were getting paid to do this job. It says it in your contract. You agreed to work for X amount of dollars for X amount of hours.
Some customers are, Chris. Some customers are.
So, and I get it. I might have been the one to ask you. I might have been the 100th person to ask you.
Sorry, that's all Chris said.
Well.
Ooh, there we go. I'm crying. I'm crying. But
God be with you. But anyway, like I might have been the 100th person to ask you for honey mustard, and you ran out of honey mustard at 12 p.m. But there's a way that you say that to me.
Exactly. Just so you don't have it.
Just so you don't have it. You don't have to be. Sorry, sir. We're all out.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. My account got hacked.
Sure. Okay.
I love you, sir.
We'll go with that.
I love you so much. But yeah, so you know, and I get it. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I get both sides because I've been on both sides.
Been on both sides.
So yeah, you definitely just gotta.
A customer service represent myself. Teachers are customer service representatives. Believe it or not.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Dealing with the parents and stuff like that.
My God, today.
I know that's a task. That would have to be. I know that's a task
today.
Because parents are.
Oh
yeah,
my sure.
They can be a lot.
So yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So like what I'm saying, you gotta give that to get that.
Right. The key is giving it. Because if you give it and then someone like disrespects you in return, then it's like, whoa. Like, it's like if you're giving respect and someone is giving you disrespect, then at least at least when you're giving it, like, if you're giving respect, then there's no reason to receive disrespect. So if someone's disrespecting you and getting out of pocket and you didn't get out of pocket from the beginning, then they're the one in the wrong. And they'll be the one.
I could teach a class on customer service.
You kind of did.
I did. That's what I'm saying. I can't.
Oh, yeah. For sure. So, moving forward, the last person to make a submission was my father. And he said in-laws. And it can be a red flag depending on
the in-law.
Yeah, depending on who the in-laws are and how they act and how they treat you. You know, being the person in their child's life. Yeah, it could be a red flag. Now, I don't really want to get into it, so, but yeah, it could very well be a red flag. It's something to look out for. So, after that, I added my list of things, which is, what time is it?
52.
Oh, man.
It can be a part 2.
Yeah, we're gonna do a part 2. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Let's just do that. We'll do a part 2. We'll end it here. And then, oh, thank you. So,
praise him.
We'll end it here for now as far as red flags. We're gonna come back and do a part 2. So just a few announcements before we wrap it up here. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it very much. Before we go, just a few announcements. There are some changes coming to Have a Little Talk. One is the day of the week. My work schedule is changing, and so I have to change the day that we record the podcast. Sorry, Chris. We love you. I mean,
Jonas, what's up, bro?
Hey, I mean, I wish we could stay on longer, but we actually have somewhere to be.
And this room got somebody to be in it.
Yeah, like we the way these rooms work, we rent them for a certain amount of time, and I didn't. Oh, you know, Chris. So I don't go to church.
You don't go to church. You're not going to church.
I'm cracking up. This is not church. No, trust me. Don't think of this podcast as a churchy podcast, because it's not. Like, the topics that we will be getting into in the future, not very churchy. But anyway, back to the announcements. So we'll be changing the day that we record. I'll be announcing all of that. I'll be announcing all of that later on. We are actually gonna be we may be taking a week off and coming back in January in the new year. Yeah, I have to get adjusted to my new schedule. It's starting at the top of the year, so I'm crying. But yeah, so we'll be taking a week off and then coming back in the new year. We'll be doing a part 2 to red flags. Also, there will be another co-host coming on who will be with me. I will announce who that is later on. I'm very, very excited. So excited to have this person on with me. And I'm glad I'm going to be having a consistent co-host. Not that I've enjoyed you being my co-host. I have.
Oh, please.
I have. I've enjoyed having you as my co-host. And I mean, according to the views, you all have... you know what? Sorry, what is it? I'm cracking up. But yeah, definitely just stay tuned, everyone. Stay tuned for all the updates. Yeah, there's a few new things coming in the new year. We won't see you guys on Christmas Day, so we hope you all enjoy your holiday. We wish you a happy new year from the Have a Little Talk family, which is just the two of us right now, but still. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We hope you all enjoy. We hope you all enjoyed this episode. We're coming back for a part 2. Yeah, before we go, we have to show you guys, we actually designed our own red flags. So I'm gonna do mine first.
Of course she is.
I mean, do you want to do yours?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. This was my red flag.
I know you lying.
Yeah, I know you lying. It's IKYL for I know you lying. Because that's normally my reaction when I see a red flag. And no, the red flag is not on Mike's head. That is a Christmas hat.
You see the other year?
Yeah.
Mine says it's green and red flag. We both have them. We have them both. We have both. We have red flags and green flags. I don't know. What's it? Somebody's dog.
That has nothing to do with our
nothing
podcast.
to do with the podcast.
It was in the sketchbook.
The sketchbook I used.
Yeah.
But we have red flags. We have red flags and green flags. Telltale signs to tell us to be cautioned, and telltale signs to tell us to proceed.
Yeah.
And I did want to leave you with this, that everybody has red flags.
Absolutely. Everybody.
And everybody has green flags. It's up to you how you handle those or how you proceed with those.
Someone else is having a party in the room behind us. That's what that music is.
Also, what my red flags are might not necessarily be what yours are.
Right. Absolutely.
And what is a red flag to you might be a green flag for me.
Exactly. We're all different.
You might not like apples. Apples might be red flags to you. But apples might be a green flag for me.
Right.
It's all about your perception.
Absolutely. So yeah. This is where we're gonna end it today. We will be back in January. We'll see y'all in the new year. I was gonna make that corny joke that everyone makes, like, see y'all next year or something like that. I'm not. Listen, I'm all for dry humor. I like dry and dark humor, but I'm just not. I hear it every year. We'll see y'all the first week of January. What? Oh. Stay tuned. Yo. Yes, we are.
Whatever.
Okay. Chris asked if we're...
Oh, the concert tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I gotta figure out what I'm wearing. But anyway.
Me too.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. We will see y'all the first week of January. Stay tuned for updates, please. I don't want y'all to miss out on anything. Yeah.
That's right.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. If you came in late, you can watch the replay. It'll be up on my page. Love you, Mom. Yeah. So thank y'all again for tuning in. Yeah, I just want to say that I appreciate y'all. I really appreciate everyone who tunes in and watches. I hope that y'all stick with me as the podcast grows and as we develop. Yeah, I'm trying to go as far as I can with this. So, yeah. Be on the lookout for all the updates and everything like that. Thank you all. We love y'all, and we will see you in January.